Hello and welcome to all in this video lecture series on C programming. We are discussing a concept of strings. In previous video session we have seen what is string and the basic elements associated with the string and the operations, right? That means the data type for the string, the definition of string, followed with the way or the functions which are used to access a value, that is a characters for string, as well as to display these characters, right? So let us have again the quick revision. As we know that what is string, the string is basically the collection of characters, and as it is collection of characters, no doubt generally we are going to make use of the character as its data type. And one of the most important thing is what the string is always terminated with this /0, that is with the escape sequence. This is a /0, right? So when I'm going to consider here the /0, right, its equivalent ASCII value is 0, which represents what the null value. The 0, as we know, that is treated what simple your null value here, right? So when we want to access characters for the string, or we are going to take the string as an input, simple, we are going to write this. Consider that we are there with this character x of 10, this is our string, right? So using the %s as a conversion specifier, we are going to access the elements for this string, and when we want to print it, simple print f again %s comma x. In this way, by using scanf function, we are going to take the string as an input from user, and using the printf function we are going to display the string on the output screen. However, there are two more functions which are used to support the same task. So by using this getS function, we can directly take the value of a string as an input, and by using the putS function, we put or we display the value or the string on the output screen, right? So these are the function, either scanf with conversion specifier or the getS to access a value for string, and printf or putS function in order to say display the value of a string here, right? So in today's video session we are going to talk about some library functions which are used to manipulate or to operate or to perform the various operations on the string. So which are these? Okay, so there are several library functions used to manipulate strings. The prototype for these functions are in header file string.h. This is the most important, right? So whenever we are going to perform some basic operations using the inbuilt library functions on string, first of all what we have to do, we have to include the string.h, that is the string.h, this library file as a header file, right? So when I'm going to put here .h, no doubt the string is considered as a library file. So in short, we have to define the header file as string.h, right? So the first function is what? strlen, right? So this function returns the length, that is number of characters which are present in string, right? For example, suppose I am writing say character x of 5 is equal to INDIA, okay, right? And if I am going to write here this string, or when I am going to apply the string length function on this string x, what it will do? Simple, it is going to return the integer value, and that integer value represents the total number of characters which are present in this string, right? So number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4 and number 5. So the value after execution of string length function will be what? 5, right? So here the syntax is strlen and str1, okay? So the string length function is represented with strlen with this bracket, and inside this bracket we have to define the name of string whose length means whose or the number of characters that we want to find, right? So that string name we have to define inside this string length function, okay? So let us cross check this with one simple example. So what we will do, we will take one string as input from user and we will find the total number of characters which are present in that string. Okay, so let us do this with the help of this string length function. Let us consider this simple program. In this program, the x is a string. This string values we are going to accept from user using this scanf with conversion specifier as a %s. Again, the basic terminology is the value for string is nothing but the alphabets or the characters that we are going to take from user, and the length of string is nothing but the total number of characters which are present in that string. That's it, right? And we have to find out here what? Simple, the total number of characters which are present in the string, right? So here by using this scanf function, I'm going to take the value as an input, right? And in order to find out the total number of elements, that is the total number of characters present, we are going to use this string length function. So to support this string length function, the first and important thing that we have to do is what? We have to add this string.h header file here. Okay, so simple, just to define first string to hold the integer value which represents the total number of elements present in a string. Define one variable I with a data type as an integer. Then I'm going to display a message. What is that? Printf enter the string, then waiting for user's response, and then I is equal to strlen in bracket x. X is nothing but what? The name of string whose length we are going to find out. And finally, I am going to display the total number of elements, that is the total number of characters which are present into this string, right? So let us execute this. So the first I am going to put, suppose the string as welcome, right, and just enter it. So what output I am getting? The length of welcome is what? 8, because w is 1, e, l, 1, 2, 3, dash 4, c, o, m, e, these 4. So total 8 what we call the characters are present in this string, and we are going to find out the length of the string using this string length function, right? Now inside it again, let us consider one simple example. It's the same I am now going to mold out here. What I am supposed to do? I am supposed to reverse the input string, right? So at this instant I am going to give the input as welcome, and at the output I am going to get the reverse of the string, right? So in order to do the same, now I am going to declare one more, say, variable. Say suppose the variable is j, okay, and now I'm going to put j is equal to I minus 1, right? First we will see this code, and then we will again discuss how exactly the program is working here, right? So j is equal to I minus 1, okay, and now for, right, or I will write this, instead of providing this thing here, I will write in this way: for j is equal to I minus 1, right? J should be greater than or equal to 0 and j minus minus, and then simple printf. Now here we are going to define the individual character, and for that I am going to define the conversion specifier as simple %c. Just try to get this. The string is means what? Collectively we are going to define all the variables, all the alphabets present in that string. However, now one by one we are going to print it out, and because of that it is simply look like what? %c conversion specifier that we are using. And once you end it directly, okay, so let us run this code and check what output that we are getting. welcome. So here I am getting this output. Okay, fine. Just wait for a moment. Let me print it in very well manner. So that, okay, I can print simple /n reverse of string is just check out it. cancel, WEL dash COME, right? So the total number of characters are 8, and in reverse order it is represented as EMOC dash LEW, exactly opposite of it. Now the most important thing, why we initialized the first value of j as a I minus 1. Now let us have the quick discussion on it. Right. So as we know that here, as simple we seen and discussed, whenever we are going to use the string length function on any string, in our case say x, it returns the total number of characters, right? So as we had entered WEL dash COME, they welcome this string as an input. So no doubt the total number of elements, how many are present? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Total 8 elements are, or the 8 characters are there with me. But as this is a string, and the string is nothing but what at basic level we will consider as array of characters, right? And we know that when I'm going to talk about an array, the first element is always present at an index value 0. So here, how my values are get stored here? The first value is stored at x of 0, the second at x of 1, x of 2, x of 3, x of 4, x of 5, x of 6, and x of 7, right? So the last element is always present at, in our case, as total 8 elements are there, at this 7. So I will say in string the last element is always present at value length minus 1. Okay, so in our case the length is 8 minus 1, I am getting this what, say simple 7. Okay, so in this way we can find out the index value of the last element by using this simple length minus 1 logic here, right? And that's why even in our case also here, what we did, j is equal to I minus 1. So first 7, so what is present at x of 7th? E, right? So in this way we are moving down up to value 0. So it is 7 6 5 4 3 2 1 and last 0, right? And because of that we are getting the output as what? EMOC dash LEW, right? So here this is one significance of this string length function, with the help of which we can find the total number of what we call the characters present into string. Now the next function is a string compare function, right? So the string compare function, as its name suggests, mentioned as strcmp, and this function is used for the comparison of two strings. Suppose my first string is str1, second string is str2, it is going to do the comparison between these two strings here. Okay, and how the comparison is done? Basically, in order to perform the comparison, the most important, right, the ASCII values of the characters are considered from both these strings here. Okay, and if two strings are matched, the string compare function gives us a value 0, and the syntax is what? strcmp string 1 comma string 2. Okay, for example, let us consider I am there with first string as a x and the second string as a y. Okay, my first string is going to hold a value x, y, z, and the second string is also going to hold a value x, y, z. And now I want to find out whether both the strings are same or different. So how I am going to define? strcmp in bracket x comma y. So how exact the comparison is done? The ASCII value of capital X is compared with the ASCII value of capital X. That means the first element's ASCII value is compared with the first element's ASCII value. So this and this are compared. Okay, and I am getting what? As the ASCII values are same, I am getting the value as a 0. As it is a 0, it is going to move towards next, right? Again, it is going to compare the ASCII value of second element in first string, ASCII value of second element in second string. Again, as it is again 0, move to the next element. So in this way, one by one the ASCII values are compared. Okay, now let us consider one more example. And as all these three elements means the equivalent final value I am getting as a 0, simple during the subtraction, it is going to perform say the subtraction process, right? So here as the final return values, in short, compare in the sense what? The ASCII value of first element, suppose x of 0, the ASCII value of x of 0 minus y of 0. Whether my output is 0, yes, means both these elements are same. Just move towards next. X of 1, then y of 1. As the value is 0, right, both are same, right? So here simple, the ASCII values are compared. Now the most important thing, suppose right now I am the values somewhat like this. Say the first value is A, here the B, then C, D, and this C, D. Or so in this case, no doubt the ASCII value of A is 65 and the ASCII value of capital B is a 66. It is going to do the comparison. So I am going to get what the -1 as the result, means the negative value, which is a non-zero value, simple. So as we are getting the non-zero value for first, directly it is going to return the non-zero value, and it is not going to compare the rest of the alphabets here or the rest of the elements. Even suppose my input is like this, A, B, C, D, and here also A, B, C, D, and say E is there with me, E is there with me. So no doubt both are same, output 0, both are same, output 0, both are same, output 0. But at this instant, the ASCII value of capital D is different and the ASCII value of small d is different. So it is going to return the non-zero value. Okay, and as it is going to return the non-zero value, it is not going to compare the next element. Right, so in this way, simple, the comparison is done. So important thing, say if str1 is equal to str2, means if the both the strings are same, the string compare function is going to return the value as a 0. If suppose the ASCII value associated with first string is greater than that of ASCII value related to second string, we are going to get the positive value. And if the str1 value, the string value or the element associated with first string, its ASCII value is less than the elements present in a second string, it is going to return a negative value. This is the most important one. And how this comparison is done? Simple, it is going to compare the ASCII values of each characters one by one. And suppose at the middle we are getting some non-zero value, it may be positive or negative, at that moment the compiler stops comparison and it will directly return as a incomplete or the unequal values. Okay, so whatever the non-zero value, it is going to return that. So let us cross check this with one simple example. So here is the code. So I am going to define two strings, the first string name with the X, the second string with the name as a Y. Maximum it is capable to hold the 20 characters, both the strings, right? So just wait for user's response to take the first string, then just take the second string. And now string compare X comma Y, and we have seen if both strings are same, this string compare function is going to give the value as a 0, right? And if the value of this function, the value returned by this function is 0, what output we are getting? The both strings are same, else both strings are different, means I am getting any non-zero value, right? So in that case I am going to get the output as both strings are different. And again, to support the string compare function, we are going to use this string.h as a header file. So let us run this code. Say first I am going to put as a, again, welcome, enter. Second string is also, suppose I am going to give as a welcome, and enter. What output we are getting? Both strings are same, right? And now just again check it with some different values. Say welcome, this is my first string, and well done, this is suppose my second string. Run it. What output we are getting? Both strings are different, right? So in this way this string compare function works. Just now what we said, if both strings are same, I am getting value as a 0. If first string element value is greater than second string element, I am getting a positive value. And if the first string element value is less than second string element value, I am getting the negative value. So this positive and negative means exact which number we are getting. Let us cross check first that with execution. So to return or to check this, I am going to define one variable. Say my variable is integer I. Okay, and now I am going to write here as I is equal to strcmp comma x comma y. Okay, and just print the value of this. Print f value returned by strcmp is %d comma I, right? So here I am there with this, say slash n to new line slash n. This is again I'm going to print it, okay, slash n. Now let us run this code again. So as usual, welcome first string, welcome second string. So the output, the value returned by string compare function is a 0 and both strings are same. Okay, let's wait, let me put this another one line. Okay, you can put it here also, no problem. 2 lines. Welcome first, welcome second, right? So here, as both strings are same, the value returned by string compare is 0. Now let us consider some different. Say A, B, C, D, first string, A, B, D, C. So what output I am getting? A -1. Why? Because the ASCII value of C is less than ASCII value of D. So in our case, the ASCII value of C, that is a element associated with first string, having a value less than second string, and that's why negative value means what? The compiler is going to return -1. So just try to get this. If I am getting the output of string compare function as -1, what it indicates? Both strings are different, no doubt. Okay, different. Again, in different, in which case the element present in second string possess a larger value as compared to first string. So here now B, C, D. Okay, and now I'm going to put A, C, D. Check out it. What output I'm getting? 1. Why? Because the ASCII value of B is greater than that of ASCII value of A. So in this case, when the element related first string possess the larger ASCII value as compared to second string, I am getting a positive value. What is that positive value? It's +1. Okay. So in this way, the string compare function is going to work. In a summary, simple, it is going to compare two strings. The comparison is done based on the ASCII values of each and every character. If ASCII values of both these characters are same, it is going to return a value 0. If the ASCII value of first character is greater than second, it returns a value as +1, that is a positive. And if the ASCII value of second element associated with the second string is greater than that of the element present in first string, it returns a value as a -1, right? So in short, if we get the non-zero value as a return value from string compare function, it indicates that both these strings are possess some different value. Okay. Now let us consider the next, strcpy, right? So this function is used for copying one string into another string. So the syntax is strcpy string 1 and string 2, right? And now here the string 2 is a source string and the str1 is a destination string. For example, if I am going to write strcpy into bracket x comma y, so what will happen? Whatever the elements of y is there, these are get copied into x, and the value present in x, that is earlier elements, are get totally overwritten by the content or the elements present in y. Okay. Now the important thing, the size of this. If the size of x and size of y is same, then entire value of y is get copied into x. Otherwise, whatever the what we call the capacity is there, only that much value might be get copied here. So let us cross check that over here, right? So consider this program. First I am going to define two strings, character x and character y, that is string x, string y. Then enter first string. I am going to accept the first string here. Then we are going to accept a second string, and whatever the values that are assigned, the two strings that we are going to accept from user, right? So that I am going to display here. Then the important one, strcpy string copy. So what it does, simple, the value or the string y is get copied into X, and again we are using some inbuilt library function. So to support this string.h header file is included. Then printf first string is X, printf second string is Y, means after execution these two strings are there with me. So let us cross check how the things are going to work. Right, say first string I am going to enter as INDIA, okay, and second string is say program, right? My first string is India, second string is program, right? Enter it. So here no doubt the first entered string is India, second entered string is program, but the moment at which I am going to execute it, the second string is get overwritten on first string. Okay, this means the second string is get copied into first string, and that's why I'm getting the first string as what program and the second string also as a program, right? So let us change simple the sequence. Suppose I'm writing here y comma x. Remember, whatever the string name that we are defining second, that is this over here as shown, this string is get copied into first string, right? So again re-execute it. Consider same INDIA first string, PROGRAM second string. Enter it. So what is happening here? We copied the first string into second. So this value what I am getting, India and India. So this is what the output of the string compare function. Now let us check this discussion. Suppose my first is, I'm going to define this as a 5 by 5. I'll just execute. INDIA the first string, second string is say INDIA1. So what output I am getting here? Simple 1 1. Why? Because here the first string now the next function is strcat. So what this function does? This function is used for concatenation of two strings. In short, whenever I want to combine two strings, I am going to make use of this strcat function. So strcat string 1 comma string 2, str1 comma str2. Here the str2 is concatenated at the end of str1. For example, suppose the string x hold a value as a ABC, string y holds a value as x, y, z, and if we write strcat in bracket x comma y, so what will happen? No doubt this x is ABC, and now the value of y is concatenate over here, right, at the end. So it is x, y, z, and when we are going to print this value, right, of x, I am getting the value of x as ABC, x, y, z. Why? Because we have appended this, or we have combined x and y together, and that values get assigned to x, right? So let us consider this simple example. As usual, two strings, first string is x, second string is y. These two I am defining. The first string that I am going to get as an input, second string as an input, right? And whatever values that we have accepted, this I am going to print at this moment, right? Now let us cross check here. The string cat function, that is strcat x comma y. So as it is an inbuilt function, I am going to make use of string as my header file, right? So x comma y, what it does basically, the x and y, these two strings are combined together and represented as what? X only, right? So the first string x and the second string y. Let us check what output we are getting here, right? So first I am going to put as INDIA string 1, and second GREAT, great, right? So just cross check this. The first string as it is entered India, second string is great, right? So what output I am getting as my first string when I am going to display the value of x here? Just try to get this here for this statement printf. This statement printf first string is, and we are printing the value of x, and what output I am getting? India, great, right? Why? Because it is going to combine these two strings together, and these values get assigned to this first string, means x and y are get combined and updated values get assigned to x. Suppose I am writing here y, I I'm going to change suppose the sequence, and then I'm putting here as X, and let us check what will happen. Just run this, put the same value INDIA and GREAT. So what output I'm getting? Great India, because we had changed the sequence simple. So in this way we can combine two strings together using this string cat function. The next one is simple strrev, this function. What this function do? Simple, this function is used to reverse the string. That's it. Whatever the input string is there, this input string is reversed by this strrev function. So the syntax for this is this small s, consider strrev in bracket str1. Okay, say strrev in bracket str1. This is the syntax. So suppose again x is equal to abc, and if I am writing here strrev in bracket x, what it does basically, whatever the contents are there, these are get reversed, right? So simple, to reverse the given input string, this strrev function is used. Okay, so I will do some changes in the same code now, right? So str, so before that, okay, fine, just delete this, and go to strrev in bracket, say reverse this string, enter the string. Let me update the message to enter the string. The string is string dash let us make it right over here, right? Let us check this. So my string is INDIA, India. What output I'm getting? The reverse of it, AIDNI. India is get reversed here. Okay, so in this way we can reverse the string using this string reverse function, right? So the next function again that we are going to discuss is Str Lower. What it does? This function is used to give one string into lowercase. So the syntax is strlwr, whatever the string is there, that is represented into lowercase, and strupr, that is for upper, exactly opposite of it. It is going to convert the input string into upper letters. Okay, so directly check its execution. Say the same is there with me. The string before lwr function, and after lwr function is right. So here lwr, I'm going to represent this into lowercase, and here the same. First what we will do, when we will take one string, convert that into lowercase, and again I am going to convert that into uppercase, UTR. Okay. Sorry. Go with the stepwise execution now. So the first string that I am going to enter, say WE small l small c small o capital M N. So this is my string. Out of these 7 characters, 5 are in capital letters, that are there into uppercase, and 2 are there into lowercase. So the first function, which is that function strlwr, what it does, whatever the string characters are there, all these characters are converted into lowercase, right? So here if you see the output directly, so what output I am getting, the string after LWR, I am getting all these are there into lowercase, and then it is there into this uppercase, right? So in this way, this str LWR and str UPR, these two functions are work together, right? So these are the some inbuilt library functions that just now we had discussed. We had discussed this string upper, string lower function, then string reverse, string concatenation, string copy functions, and we have started the discussion with string length and string compare function. These are the inbuilt library functions which are used to manipulate the string, and in order to support it, the most important one, the string.h, this function we have to, or sorry, this library file we have to include as a header file context, right? Thank you.